Yo, I just watched Wolfman, and here's what I think. Alright, so a few weeks ago, my wife called me into the living room. She's like, hey, do you want to go see Wolfman? And I said, what the hell is Wolfman? She's like, man, go watch the trailer, man. Shut up and go watch the trailer. I was like, alright, cool, bet. So I watched the trailer, and I was kind of torn with the trailer, to be honest with you. I mean, it looked like it could be dope, but I'm like I wasn't like super excited about checking it out, but I'm like, I would watch it, right? So last night, me and wifey, you know what I mean, we was kicking it, chilling. I was like, yo, you want to watch this Wolfman? She was like, yeah, let's get it. So what is Wolfman all about? I mean, obviously, it's about a wolfman, but the story of the movie is this guy, all right, he has to go back home because his dad passed away a few years ago, and he decides he got to go back home to do some paperwork or some legal shit, whatever. So he decides to take his wife and his little daughter with him back to Oregon, right, back into this farm where his dad used to live, where he actually grew up with his dad, all right. So on the way to his dad's farm, all right, they get into a little accident, all right, because they driving in some crazy ass like woods and shit, right, and they actually, you know what I'm saying, like get into a little accident, and they pretty much get stranded. But as they're stranded, this crazy ass animal, probably a wolf, right, a wolf man or some shit, basically attacks the dad. It bites the dad. So the dad, his wife, and the little girl, they running from this like monster shit, and they ended up getting to the dad's farmer's house, right? They get to the farmhouse, they lock themselves inside, but then, alright, the dad that got bit starts turning into a damn wolf. So what will happen once this dude turns into a wolf? Like, what's gonna happen to the wife and the little girl? Oh shit. So what did I like about this movie? Honestly, I like the premise. I like the story, the concept of this movie, pretty dope. I like the fact that it's like a real small, it's very small cast. It's like 4 people in the whole damn movie, right? But I like the scenery. I like the vibe of the movie. It has this dark, cozy, old school feel to it. You know what I mean? Like the dark, gloomy. I rock with that, right? So I like the concept of the movie. I like the, like I said, the scenery of the movie. The acting was dope. The one girl in the movie, she playing a gang of shit. The wife in the movie, she playing a ton of stuff. I like the acting. It was cool. Very, simple, easy to understand movie. Straightforward. I like that. Now, what didn't I like? I was a little, not impressed with, the outcome, so to speak. Right? It's like, it could have been better. You know what I mean? It's like certain parts of the movie was like, oh, is this about to happen? But it really doesn't, right? You're kind of expecting, I was expecting more from the movie. And in my opinion, it could have just did a lot more. They could have went in different directions to make it actually scarier. Because this is listed as a horror movie, and I'm like, it's borderline. You know what I'm saying? It's borderline horror, but you know what I mean? So I just feel like they could have did more with the movie. They could have made it scarier. Alright? Now I will say this. At the beginning of the movie, and I know a lot of movies do this shit just to make it more scarier, right? They said this little story about the Wolfman back, years ago. There was this guy who da-da-da-da. And I'm like, look, I told my wife, now if this really was supposed to be a true story based off of true shit, now this makes the movie a little better. But I don't think this is a true story. I hope this shit ain't no true story. Alright? But with all that being said, well, I gotta talk about the ending, right? The ending was nothing special at all. Right? It's pretty much what you think it would end like. It pretty much ended like that. Nothing special at all. I don't see where there's going to be a sequel or anything like that. I don't even think there's no need for a sequel for this movie, but who knows? You know what I'm saying? If this shit do good at the box office and rentals, it might get a sequel, but So with all that being said, I'm going to give Wolfman a strong 3 out of 5. Alright? Now if I come to find out that this was like based off some true shit and there's supposed to be like a real Wolfman running around, then I'm gonna give this bitch a 4. Alright? So if you haven't seen this movie, I would recommend you check it out. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely worth watching. And if you have seen this movie, comment below. Let your boy know what you think.
If you don't know who I am, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. F.U.I.M.E, you probably thinking, what is that? It's the movement, it's the motto, it's the answer to these critics when they hating.